Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. The subs arrived the other day. I went through the last amount of our previous stack. It actually ended up working out perfectly. I ended with the pre-workout and the HCI creatine from Chris's Caged Muscle Company, and I'm jumping right into this new stack. Let's open this box up and see what we got. First out the gate, we have the free gift I selected, which is TigerFitness swag. I like their shirts. They're a lot better than a lot of the free gift shirts that you get at other different companies, and I like what the message and the sort of the slogans they always come up with for their free gifts. Hey, like nothing works unless you do. We are gonna jump in to what I've looked forward to the most in trying, and that is MTF Protein. Not just any protein, their banana cream pie protein. Now it's a rather specialized flavor, and I know you're gonna say, hey, you told me to go stupid simple with it, and that's a rule. This is a rule, except for I sort of know the fact that MTS makes the best flavored proteins, and I'm willing to bet it on that. And how I pick protein flavors is by a few different criteria. Is it gonna be good on its own, just mixed with water or milk, just as a straight protein drink? I think this is going to work really well. I've heard a lot of good things, I've read a lot of good comments. I think it's gonna work extremely well for that purpose. Number two, can I make it into like mass gaining shakes or any other shake I wanna make? I'm thinking banana cream pie mixed with oats and bananas, which is usually my go-to thing, is gonna be ridiculously well. It's gonna give you that protein edge, and it's gonna mix with those other ingredients probably a lot better than some of the other ones. Like chocolate, you're not gonna mix chocolate with stuff that much. I hate bananas and chocolate. I know I'm probably weird, but I hate the taste of bananas and chocolate, so I never mix any of my protein powders with my bananas. And I feel like that's sort of a waste of calories and potassium boost I could be having with my shakes. So I think this is gonna work out well. And then third, can I bake with it or make things with it? And obviously my main thing I like to make is protein pudding with it. And I'm thinking banana cream pie protein pudding is not only a tongue twister to say, even though I got it on the first take, but it is gonna be extremely good. Pancakes with this is probably gonna be ridiculously good because I put bananas and peanut butter on top, and banana cream pie with bananas and peanut butter sounds ridiculously good. Again, with like protein waffles or anything else we're gonna make, I think this is gonna work out well. It's got 25 grams of protein per serving, which I think is the perfect ratio. 136 calories, which is ridiculously good. It's in the middle. It's not too low, it's not underdosed, but it's not something like 240, which is a little bit higher than I would expect for a protein powder, because I'm gonna add in a lot more of those other stuff. So for us, bulking, calories aren't really that big a deal, but if you're perhaps watching your weight or on that competition swing, this is something that's gonna be really good for you because it's only 136 calories, and it's got 4 grams of carbs and, oh, scratch that, 3 grams of carbs and 2 grams of sugar. So it's relatively light on both the sides, but it gives you that perfect dose of protein. I'm looking forward to this. Let's move on to the next thing on the list. Creatine. Now I've went with Caged Muscle, Chris's company, for a couple weeks now, 2 stacks to be exact. And I wanted to move on to something different. One, it's hard to suggest to people what dose of creatine to take when I take a HCI, which is a different type, and I say, hey, I'm on 1.5 grams of HCI creatine. It doesn't translate to this, which is creatine monohydrate, one of the most researched supplements in the entire sports fitness industry, and I'm gonna make it ridiculously simple. This is 5 grams per 1 1/4 scoop serving. So it's really easy, it's bare bones, the basic level of creatine, and it's by Dimetized, which I think is not so much an underrated company, but they're a sort of overlooked company because some of the things they do are a little flashy, which I tend to avoid, but they make stuff like this, which is a no-nonsense, pure creatine, 200 serving container of creatine, and I think this is gonna be a good stand-in. That really equal dosing per scoop ratio is gonna make it easy to dial in the amount, because you don't wanna go overboard on creatine, because you can only intake so much unless you're a world-class Olympic athlete doing a little bit more than the standard person. But it's really easy to dial it in when you know that 1.5 scoops is a perfect daily limit for you, or perhaps 2 scoops throughout the entire day is your limit if you're perhaps a bigger guy. So this is gonna make creatine dosing and the overall explanation of creatine a little bit easier for us. All of these supplements, I will do a supplement of the week to really jump into them. A lot of the supplements are gonna be the same, just different brands, but each one has their own characteristic that I like. So they'll be available on a different week for a supplement of the week video. So we have protein, we have creatine, and we're gonna jump right into another MTS brand with Machine Fuel. Now I've already used this before, it was in my last stack. I really like MTS Machine Fuel. There's something about it between the 3 to 1.5 to 1.5 ratio, a little bit more elevated BCAAs, I think works really well. It tastes really well and has an L-taurine boost of 1 gram, which I think gives you a necessary little energy bump in the gym. So I put 2 scoops of this in a gallon of water. And not only do I think the flavor is diluted perfectly, it's really easy to drink, it's not too thick, it's not too diluted, but I think that 1 gram, well, it'd be 2 because 2 scoops, is perfect for in the gym. You get that good recovery, you get that good cellular hydration of the BCAAs, and you also get that little bit of a bump. This is perfect. I went with watermelon this time, and I think my OCD does not like that. I think this is going to be a really good addition to our stack because it's just so reliable. Now the next one on the list is probably going to be a permanent feature until MTS makes a different, perhaps more improved variety of it. Vasky. Now if you've never seen this awesome product, if it zooms in, zoom in, it is a vasodilator, pump inducer, non-stimulant, nitric oxide booster. Now what that means is that it's not going to increase your heart rate or add any extra stimulants to your stack, but it's going to allow you to get better pumps, more blood flow into the muscles, and as always, that means more nutrient uptake and more gains. In the simplest terms, this helps you get a better pump, a better time in the gym, and helps the effectiveness of all of this do that much more. And it is one of my favorite things. It is the fastest acting supplement I've ever used. I was really skeptical about it. Jeff from C Fitness, when I first started working there, said I would never go back if I used it. Was a little bit skeptical, thought maybe he was just trying to hype it up. It is an instant pump. You lift like 3 or 4 reps and you can already feel that size getting there. I think this is what gives me a huge edge in the gym, and that's why it's gonna be a permanent feature, getting right there with the machine feel. These two are probably going to be in some form of another a permanent feature of my stack, with everything else revolving around it. What else did we get? Pre-workouts come in a lot of different shapes, sizes, flavors, and craziness levels. And it's really easy to go with the old school Jack 3D and just get some ridiculously hyped up pre-workout, but they tend to fizzle out towards the end. They don't have the endurance capabilities, or there's just some that are just really lame, like C4. I hate C4 so much. I'll say it on a lot of videos. It's just a really weak-ended pre-workout. But for this one, I went with a product I've never had before. I've never tried free samples of it, and I've never used it. It is Omega. Now, they are a different company I've never heard of. I've seen a lot of people talk about them, but I've never specifically tried them myself. Now, this one right here is going to be a multi-stimulant pre-workout, which I think is really cool. It covers the broad spectrum of ingredients to sort of buffer the highs and lows of each ingredient. First and foremost, it's a beta-alanine pre-workout, which I think is one of the best pre-workout ingredients that gives you the most amount of longevity in the gym. It also has a dual layer caffeine stimulus, which is pretty cool. It's got a sort of a fast acting caffeine and a slower burning caffeine, which I think is a really interesting element to bring into pre-workout. It also has L-taurine, theobromine, and a few other smaller ingredients to help the availability of those other ones jump into effect and give you that much more of not only like a physical endurance, a mental focus, a mental endurance, but an overall pre-workout experience. A thing to consider is that it also contains a little bit of creatine as well. So when we're dosing out the Dimetize, I have to take into consideration on days that we are lifting, I need to scale back this to equalize with the pre-workout. That way, again, I'm not overdosing on that creatine and wasting gains / money. So within this one, 30 servings per container, 1 scoop per serving. Really easy, super smooth to find in that dialed amount that works for you. Now, besides the awesome supplements right here, which I ordered, I had to go to TigerFitness.com and order a little bit of gear because our lifting straps are becoming a bit ragged. I use these a lot. I've had them for a couple of years now. They are animal lifting straps and they are beast. The only thing is, since I've had them for years, they've taken a lot of abuse, a lot of heavy weights have been put through them, and they are getting absolutely shredded. And there's only gonna be a few more times when I go for a PR on shrugs, go for 500 pounds, and this ends up snapping, and something else is probably gonna snap when that snaps. So I don't want to take the, not only like safety, but I don't wanna take the power and confidence out of these because they're getting on their last leg. So I'm gonna save them for like light accessory work, maybe some like leg day stuff that involves these with squats. So they're out. And the new ones are back in stock. So obviously Tiger Fitness sells supplements. They also sell gear as well. And I think these were $8.99 for animal lifting straps. I've used their company for a long time. Tried and true. They've never let me down. This is our stack. This is our order. We have Awesome Protein. We have Vasky as always. BCAAs from MTS, Omega supplements, pre-workout, and a little bit of diamondized creatine. This is our stack we're running with right now, along with the supplementation of our meal prep, which changes every 3 days, and our awesome pre-workout carb shakes, which include oats, sweet potatoes, bananas, honey, and milk. This is what we're running with right now, and hopefully we're gonna stay on track with our gains. We're doing really well. I'm in a competition with Dan, aka the Beast Iron Eater, to gain 20 pounds by March 16th, which is in a couple weeks here, and I'm up 7 pounds. He's up 7 pounds, but he is rapidly gaining weight, and he's probably going to win. But hey, we're gonna give him a run for the money because Fitness 253 does not just stand by the wayside. We put in maximum effort, 110%, and this is gonna give us the slight edge because I don't think Dan has animal lifting straps, and everyone knows they give you 10% more gains. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Smash the like button for all these awesome supplements. If you use some of these, let me know what you think. If you've never heard of one and you want to know a little bit more about it, let me know in the comments or wait for the supplement of the week. Hope you guys' day is going well. Get out there, smash a gym session. If you need supplements, as to remind you, as always, I'm a Tiger Fitness affiliate in combination with Fitness 253. So if you need supplements, click the link below, purchase something in the cart, use code FITNESS253, all lowercase letters, for your first purchase of MTS. You'll get 5% off, one time only deal unfortunately, but you will get a chance to try MTS if you've never had it before for an extra 5% off just because you're a Fitness 253 community member. Like I said, hope your guys' day is going well. Thanks for watching this video. Take it easy, gents.